They wrote these guns off. Outdated, obsolete, dead weight from another time. Some were quietly discontinued, others were wrecked by bad management, lawsuits, or flat-out neglect. Collectors whispered about them, forums lit up with rumors, but on the shelves, nothing. Gone. Until now. Because these 7 firearms, these legends, didn't stay buried. They came back stronger, smoother, selling faster than most gun shops can restock. We're talking about classic revolvers once mocked as museum pieces, shotguns that survived bankruptcy, rifles dragged through decades of decline only to rise again, more accurate and reliable than ever before. These aren't just feel-good comebacks, these are hard-hitting returns, proof that great design never really dies. If you thought old-school firearms were a thing of the past, you're about to change your mind. Let's break down 7 guns that came back from the grave and are now flying off the shelves across America. Marlin 1895, the big bore beast that won't die. They said lever guns were outdated. They said the Marlin 1895 had its run. And then Ruger stepped in. The 1895 was built for serious business. Chambered in .45-70, this rifle wasn't made for pauper targets. It was made to drop big game in thick bush fast. The side-ejecting design made it easy to mount optics. The solid steel receiver felt like it could survive a truck rollover. And for decades, it quietly built a fan base of hunters, guides, and straight shooters who didn't care about trends. They cared about results. Then, Remington happened. Quality tanked, then came bankruptcy. Production stopped, and for a while it looked like the 1895 might be gone for good. But Ruger didn't just bring it back, they rebuilt it. Tighter tolerances, smoother actions, stainless steel finishes, laminate stocks, and better barrel threading. Suddenly, the 1895 wasn't just a relic, it was one of the hottest-selling lever guns in America. You walk into a shop today and ask for one? Good luck. They're sold out almost everywhere. Because when a rifle has history, power, and now modern reliability, that's not just a comeback, that's a full-blown return to glory. Colt Python, the snake that struck twice. For years, folks said revolvers were finished. Too heavy, too slow, too old school. Then Colt brought back the Python, and everything changed. Originally launched in 1955, the Colt Python wasn't just another .357 Magnum. It was the .357 Magnum. Hand-fitted, smooth as silk. Built with a full underlung, ventilated rib, and a trigger pull that felt like it was guided by magnets. It wasn't a budget gun, it was the Cadillac of wheel guns. Lawmen carried it, celebrities flaunted it, collectors fought over it. But costs rose and demand dipped. Colt pulled the plug in 1999. For years, used models skyrocketed in value. The forums were full of regret posts from people who sold theirs too soon. Then, in 2020, the Python came slithering back. In stainless steel, rugged internals, reinforced frame, a redesigned mainspring system that made it stronger without losing that classic double-action feel. And the looks? Still mean, still unmistakable. It wasn't perfect right out the gate. Early runs had issues, but Colt fixed them fast. And now, you'll see folks snatching them up before they even hit the case. Polymer guns come and go, the Python stays legendary. And this time around, it looks like it's here to stay. Ruger Security 6, the underdog that survived the odds. Before the polymer craze, before striker fire took over, there was the Security 6. Simple, durable, overbuilt in the best way. Ruger launched it in the early 70s, a .357 Magnum revolver made to handle abuse. Cops used it, guards carried it, gun owners trusted it. It wasn't flashy, but it flat out worked. Strong cylinder, solid frame, no side plates to wiggle loose. You could drop it, run it hard, and it'd still fire like nothing happened. But by the late 80s, Ruger shifted gears. The GP100 replaced the Security 6, offering more beef and modularity. For most folks, that seemed like a natural upgrade, but diehards, they never stopped missing the original. Now, years later, the Security 6 is back in demand. Used ones disappear fast. Collectors chase mint condition models. Why? Because folks are tired of guns that feel like toys. The 6 feels like a tool, built to last, shoot straight, and take a beating. No modern gimmicks, no rails, no polymer, just cold steel, 6 rounds, and a reputation that's aged better than most guns ever will. The market didn't forget, it just waited. And now it's finally getting the love it always deserved. Remington 870, the shotgun that refused to stay dead. If you've handled a pump-action shotgun, chances are it was the 870. Introduced in 1950, this thing became the standard. Hunters loved it. Cops trusted it. The military relied on it. Over 11 million sold, and for good reason. It was smooth, strong, and stupidly reliable. But then came the crash. In the 2000s, Remington's quality started slipping. The Express line? Rough finishes, tight chambers, misfeeds. Gun owners noticed. Lawsuits piled up. Then, in 2020, Remington filed for bankruptcy. And just like that, the 870 vanished from shelves. Then came Rem Arms. New owner, fresh start. They brought back the Fieldmaster, tightened tolerances, fixed the feed issues, and cleaned up the finish. Suddenly, the 870 felt like the old 870 again. The platform didn't need reinventing, it just needed respect. Bottom loading, side ejecting, twin action bars, still there. Want to swap barrels? Easy. Want to go from birdshot to slugs? No problem. From turkey woods to the patrol car, the 870 is still one of the most adaptable shotguns ever built. Now it's back, and it's selling fast. Because when something works this well, people don't forget, even after a corporate disaster. Ithaca Model 37, the pump that just won't quit. The Ithaca 37 doesn't get loud, it doesn't get flashy, but it's been showing up and getting the job done since 1937, and it's still going strong. This pump-action shotgun has something most others don't: bottom ejection. That means empties drop straight down, not to the side. It's cleaner, smoother, and perfect for left-handed shooters. And it's not just a cool feature, it's practical. Fewer exposed parts means less dirt, less failure, more reliability. Originally inspired by Browning's Model 17, the 37 found its way into police departments, duck blinds, and even the hands of Navy SEALs in Vietnam. Slam fire capability made it deadly fast in close quarters. Just hold the trigger and keep pumping. That feature disappeared over time for legal reasons, but the legacy remains. The company hit rough patches. Ownership changed hands, production stopped more than once. At one point, they even renamed it the Model 87. Nobody cared. People still called it the 37. Eventually, the right folks brought it back. Built in Ohio, all steel, no shortcuts. Today, it's back in action, with models for everything from home defense to deer hunting. It's not tactical, it's not trending, but it's trusted, and that's why it never stays buried for long. Winchester Model 70, the rifleman's rifle that refused to fade. The Winchester Model 70 wasn't just a bolt-action rifle, it was the bolt-action rifle. Hunters, snipers, and precision shooters swore by it. Clean trigger, controlled round feed, 3-position safety. From elk hunts to Olympic podiums, it earned its name, the rifleman's rifle. Then came 1964. Winchester tried to cut corners. They changed the exterior, ditched the fine checkering, and used cheaper parts. Shooters noticed, and they weren't happy. Pre-64 models instantly became collector gold. The backlash was so bad it became a textbook case in how not to kill a legend. But finished? Not quite. FN Herstal stepped in. Production moved to South Carolina. CNC machining brought tighter tolerances. The soul of the rifle stayed, but it was built better. Hunters still get the smooth bolt, the same safety, the same reputation. It's not the cheapest, it's not the trendiest, but it works. Year after year, season after season. And that's why it's back, and back strong. Collectors love it, hunters rely on it, and the shelves, they don't stay stocked for long. M1 Carbine, the little warhorse that still has fight. It wasn't the biggest, it wasn't the most powerful, but the M1 Carbine earned its place in history, and it's earning a second life now. Built for troops who didn't need a full-sized M1 Garand, think paratroopers, officers, radiomen, the M1 Carbine offered lightweight, fast handling, and a 15-round magazine of 30 carbine ammo. It wasn't meant to punch through armor. It was meant to be carried, moved with, fought with, and it did that well. From World War II to Korea and even into Vietnam, the N1 Carbine stuck around. Then the war ended, and so did the demand. It got pushed aside by bigger rounds, faster rifles, and changing tactics. For years, it lived in surplus racks and movie scenes. But now, it's back. Companies like Auto Ordnance are building faithful replicas. Shooters are rediscovering just how handy it is. Soft shooting, quick on trigger, and full of nostalgia. It's not an AR, it's not modular, but it's got character. Whether you're plinking at the range, collecting wartime history, or just want a rifle that feels like it means something, the M1 Carbine delivers. Quietly, reliably, and now, once again, in high demand. So there you have it, 7 guns they tried to forget, but the market had other plans. Some were gone for years, some nearly vanished forever. But when a firearm is built right, when it earns trust, when it works, people remember. And when it comes back, it doesn't just return, it takes over. If you're holding on to one of these, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've been trying to find one, good luck. They're not sitting around for long. Got a favorite from the list? Or one you think deserves a spot in the next round? Drop it in the comments. And if you're into guns that make a comeback stronger than before, you're in the right place.